If you get tempted to gamble whenever you get paid, this is the video for you. For so long, I would blow through my paychecks, sometimes before I even got them, by transferring out money to casinos and sports books or by buying cryptocurrency to use on bets that would get debited out a few days later. Then with this one adjustment to my finances, everything changed. Today, we have an important topic to discuss, and that is the significance of having your family manage your finances during gambling addiction recovery. It's a strategy that many people, including myself, find really beneficial in preventing you wasting your savings on gambling. Before we begin, let's acknowledge that gambling addiction recovery is a really complex process and it requires a holistic approach. Gambling addiction is more than just a financial issue. However, the issues from gambling do stem from the financial hardships, as money is the fuel by which we continue to stay in action. Managing your finances is a crucial aspect of preventing relapse and rebuilding stability in your life. By entrusting your family or those closest with you with this responsibility, you create a support system that can safeguard your financial well-being. When your family manages your finances, it promotes transparency and accountability. By providing them with access to your accounts, you establish a line of open communication. This allows them to monitor your expenses, identify any red flags that might pop up, and address any potential relapse triggers really quickly. Their involvement helps to ensure that your finances are allocated wisely. This was a huge ego hit for me though in the beginning, as I wanted to control my finances and to be able to be independent. But after a few months, I realized that nothing in my life had actually suffered as a result of this. And I was actually holding on to my money for the very first time. My ego was just trying to keep me in action, keep me going back to the bet. They can help to establish safeguards to prevent impulsive spending by monitoring your accounts, your credit cards, and your cash flow. This restriction creates a necessary barrier, reducing the temptation and the likelihood of you relapsing. I personally always struggled with online gambling, so carrying cash was never really an issue for me. After strategizing with my family, we determined that I would just get rid of all my cards and all my credit cards, and I'd carry cash that we'd pick up together on a weekly basis at the bank. Literally nothing changed in my day-to-day spending on normal things like food or leisure, while all the money that I was blowing on bets stayed parked in my account. It actually turned out to be a win-win situation where I was still spending at the same rate but holding on to everything that I was wasting. A support system such as your family can assist you in creating a budget and establishing these savings goals. They can provide guidance on how to allocate your funds for essentials, debt repayment, and for building an emergency fund, which most of us as compulsive gamblers have blown through numerous times. By working together, you can develop a financial plan that actually aligns with your recovery goals and your long-term stability. If you're still watching this video, you likely know that gambling addiction often leads to financial strain and a ton of stress. So by allowing your family to manage your finances, you actually alleviate the burden of financial responsibility in the short term while you're working on yourself through your recovery journey. This relieves all the stress that's associated with budgeting, bill payments, and managing debts. It frees up your mental energy for you to focus on your recovery. This will give you the chance to rebuild the rest of your life. If I were to have remained fixated on money for the last 7 months, I probably would have gone back to the bet out of sheer stress of being so far behind my friends. However, I've taken a step back from that, and I've become a healthier person with a rapidly growing social media presence, something that one day could really catch me up with my friends. Who knows? When you start to focus on what's in your control, life starts to come together. So entrusting your family with financial management, it's also an opportunity to rebuild trust and demonstrate accountability. It shows your commitment to your recovery and your willingness to collaborate with your support system. This process creates healthier relationships and it lays the foundation for your long-term recovery. Admittedly, as gambling addicts, we've probably done a lot more lying than we needed to do, and we've hurt quite a few relationships along the way as a result. So this gives us a chance to showcase our changing mindsets while living healthier lives. I used to be pretty sneaky with my finances, and people wouldn't have any idea how much I was gambling because I always found a way to pay Peter by robbing Paul. So what I'll say is, by giving your family the reins on the finances, you're actually giving yourself the chance to be honest with yourself and honest with those around you. Because for so long, we create these issues by lying for almost no reason. As gambling addicts, we're compulsive gamblers, but we're also compulsive liars. So if you want to stop living a life like that, try this financial management situation. Take some accountability and move forward, focusing on the things that matter most. A couple dollars here and there, trying to bet to win a couple dollars more, isn't going to get you any further in your life at this point. You've lost money, gambling is in the past, you need to look forward and live a happier and healthier life without it. The only way to do that is by focusing on what you can control. Again, a total win-win situation. As you progress in your recovery journey and you demonstrate stability, you can gradually regain financial independence. But I'm still not even there myself. I mean, why fix a system that isn't broken right now? You know what I mean? In the future, though, I do plan on working closely with my family and maybe even consulting with some professionals to develop a plan to transition back to managing my own finances. But this step should be taken thoughtfully and at a pace that aligns with your continued recovery. When I get to that point, I'll be sharing my journey with all of you. So make sure you smash that subscribe button to stay up to date on what's going on in my recovery journey in hopes that it'll help you in yours. It's important to recognize the role of your support system in managing your finances during gambling addiction recovery. By letting your family take the reins, you're establishing accountability, limiting access to gambling funds, and relieving financial stress. Remember, this is a collaborative process aimed at safeguarding your recovery and rebuilding your life, not to tear you down or make you feel less than. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone that you think might benefit from what we talked about today. Also, feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below on how you've been managing your personal finances in your recovery. Let's keep working at this and let's keep getting better together, one day at a time.